it's time to dish with D. That's me. Thank you for viewing this video, making yourself a priority. I'm Denise. It is Saturday, and Saturday in this channel for the past, I think, 2.5 years, maybe, since 2021. Yes, has been weigh-in and meeting topic du jour. I used to attend meetings on Saturday up until about 2 months ago when my meeting was moved further away. So now I just stick to online, stick with you guys. And if I get back to goal, this butt's going to get in there and get weighed and get my free tools again. I'm still a few pounds away. I'm not as, I'm chipping away. It's not that bad anymore, It was 10 pounds at one point, and we're under 10 pounds now. So we're getting there. And if I don't get there, I don't get there, because I've had a week of definitely reflection, and I will talk about that. But let's talk about the weigh-in, because, you guys always say, I love your channel. Do you give it away in the first 2 minutes? Most of the time, so one I remember, or I don't get sidetracked. I don't wait till the end, because either you want to watch the video or you don't. If you're watching for the weigh-in, you get to skip to that part anyway. So I stepped on the scale today. Now remember, I have this on. Not that it weighs much, but it must weigh something. So I got on there saying, well, I'm going to be a little bit up. I'm not, but I'm not, it is what it is. It'll come off next week, because this won't be here. It's coming off tomorrow. So I was down 0.4 with this on. So I'm like, yay me. So hopefully this got to be at least an ounce. Maybe. I don't know. It's itchy. It's been itchy today. I just got out of the shower and it's been a little bit itchy. So I have 24 hours with this. Tomorrow morning it comes off. This time tomorrow morning it will be ripping. So I can't wait to get this off. And I have to mail it away. This is so interesting. Back when I was in the office, Holter monitors were very involved. They were very big and bulky. This thing is looks like a patch of smoking patch or something like that. So, sorry about that. First thing in the morning. It's the last Saturday of the month, so that I give you my whole month's total, because I don't really care week to week. I'm not that hard up to lose every week. I want to make sure at the end of the month, I am less than I was at the beginning of the month. So how was July in a whole? I had really good weeks. I would say this has been the whole month that I have been trying to eat those less inflammatory foods. For me, they were olive oil, gluten, and black tea were the big ones. There were several others, but not anything that I have regularly. So I've really been mindful of that. Have I given them up completely? The black tea, I've been doing green strictly. So yes. Olive oil, I've been doing avocado oil, but sometimes I spray a little olive oil on things. So that's been 85 to 90%. Gluten, I've been about 85 to 90%, because we were at dinner at Timmy's. They had pasta. They had garlic knots. Was I going to sit there and say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm gluten-free? Because technically it does not make me physically ill. If it did, yeah, that's totally different. But, I just get that bloated, swollen feeling, So, and it wasn't a lot of pasta. It wasn't even a whole serving of pasta. If I was eating at home, I would have had a whole cup. That was not a whole cup. And the garlic knot was really small. We had chicken cacciatore. Didn't have any breading on it. Just had peppers, onions, and a tomato sauce. I even had birthday cake. The Monsignor made homemade strawberry shortcake. When a man makes homemade strawberry shortcake, you don't sit there and say, no, thank you. You sit there and say, I'll have a small piece. It was a little bit bigger than I wanted, but it was good. It was really good. It was really, really good. So yeah, I had dessert. Ooh, it was Steve's birthday. That was Timmy's birthday on Tuesday. I had Steve's birthday on Thursday. We had ice cream. He wanted ice cream. He didn't want cake. Well, I'm lying. I shouldn't say that. Timmy brought more cake home, because they bought Timmy a couple of cakes for his birthday. So we brought a couple home. So we had cake here. So Steve just ate that, and we had homemade ice cream. There's a little stand on our way home from Delaware that we like to stop at, and they have homemade peach ice cream. So we got a little, a container of that. So he had that, and we ate out. We were out. I showed you my lobster roll, mayonnaise, butter. I had homemade chips. Did I have a lot of them? No. Did I have some of them? You better believe it. Homemade chips, I'm not giving that up. And I ate was it a gluten-free roll? It wasn't, because the world's not going to change because I've decided not to have gluten. So I have to, I could have ordered a salad if I didn't want to, but I'm like, it doesn't kill me. I get people who gets sick, absolutely. But I don't get that way. So I'm not going to sit there and be so like, I'm not eating that. So I ate about 80% of the roll, maybe 75 to 80. And I ate the salad out of it and the chips. And I had a little bit of appetizers. We had, which I didn't film those because I think I was just so, they were look so good. There was seafood nachos and a spinach and artichoke dip. We both said chips and chips, but they were corn chips, which are gluten-free. So I was kind of like, yeah, I'll go for those. So rewinding. So the week was hot. The week was humid. The week was oppressive, but I still pulled off my weight loss. Why? Because when I'm home, I drink. We're out all day Thursday. Was it hot and humid? Yes. Did I feel all swelled up? I sure did. And I ate out. So what I did on Friday was I flushed it all out. I'm not going to hold on to something from Thursday to today. Not when you're flushing it out with H2O, my lovelies. You know, water gets a bad rap. We don't drink enough of it, but especially in this heat, you really need to hydrate. Hydrate. And if you can get a cute little mug from Miss Wendy at Wendy's WW Journey, as my logo. She makes fantastic mugs. Well, here we go. 6 minutes. I haven't given you my total. So for the month of July, I am down a total of 3 pounds. Shut the front door. That's crazy great. 3 pounds for the month of July. That's huge. It's better than I imagined. I don't get 3 pounds in a month at this weight. It's just real unrealistic of me to sit there and expect that. This is crazy. I am super excited. As I'm doing the math, I'm going, oh my God, that's 3. I was thinking it would be like 1.8 was what I was thinking. 3 freaking pounds the whole month of July. So that means I've lost the month of May, the month of June, and the month of July. That's 3 months in a row. Girls and boys, your girl's on a streak. I need to put these down somewhere. I got to get a little thing. I need to keep track of it. That's shocking. I'm excited. All right, let's go to the topic at hand. I haven't even looked at it yet. I have no idea what it's about. Hope it's something interesting. Are the people in your life helping or hurting your progress? Did we just have this? I felt like I've slammed people in your life. I don't know. We just talked about this. Family, friends, coworkers, the strangers you follow on Instagram. Everyone in your orbit impacts your journey. Take time to think about who you let in. Oh my God, there's so many people on Instagram. The Instagram and even YouTube, I mean, the community of the World Wide Web is full of people, I guess, like me. I mean, I put myself in that category because when you have a platform, companies want you to project their wares, and some things are good and some things are crap. Like I had a company the other day reach out every day I get offers. Every day they want to send me stuff and they send it to us for free. We don't even have to buy it. It was a keto supplement. I said, oh, I'm not keto. Oh, but I'm like, I'm not keto. I am not going to try a product and sit there and tout a product that I don't need or use. Like, and they try to force it on you. Well, it doesn't matter. It does matter. It matters to me. It matters how authentic I am. What else did I give? Mushroom powder. That was, I think, mushroom powder. I'm like, I don't want a mushroom powder. I didn't like mushrooms. I mean, I do like them, but I don't think I like them in a powder. Oh, try this. List the people you talk to, listen to, and read or see most often. You want to list your friends, family, and coworkers, podcasters, news anchors, TV hosts, social media accounts, bloggers, and writers. Explore your top few. Think about their tone, message, and how they make you feel, especially about your journey. Now, if they're making you feel envious, like, oh, I don't come out here and want you to be me. I don't want to sit there and say, I do this, it's fabulous, you should do it. No, I'll say, I'm doing this, I try it, and if it's something you're thinking about, because let's say, face it, sometimes you're thinking about things, and if somebody that you watch talks about it, that helps you make that decision. But don't be talked into something that you have no idea that you even want. There's so many things out there, and I try to say that every time before I put a product out there. Never hard sell. Never, because I'm not out here to sell you anything. I am here just to show you what I'm taking, what I like, what I find helpful. Is it going to work for you? Not always. Not always. It could be working the opposite effect. We're all different. But if it's something that you were thinking about, you're on the fence about, and oh my gosh, I was thinking about that, and D got it, so that's great. Like, oh, let's get the Dash Mini ice cream maker that I got it's been a month now. If you were thinking about getting an ice cream maker, but if you're like, oh, I never thought about that. Well, she's got one. Maybe I want one. No. Especially you got to live within your means. You got to live within your budget. You got to live within your space. Sometimes you don't have space for all this crap that people be like, oh my God, this is the best thing ever. You need to try it. Everything can't be the best thing ever. There's got to be things that you like and things that you don't like. And I sit there and tell you, I had a Built Bar taste test last week for the summer citrus flavors. I didn't like any of them. I couldn't sit there and tell you these are delicious because they weren't. And I'm not going to ever sit here and lie to you because I think that that's horrible. But people do it. People think what they do is fabulous and you should do it too. You do you, boo. I decided about this nutrition class I was taking. I decided I don't want to tell people what to eat. To me, should not be my job. I think it's a nutritionist job. That is a doctor's job. It's not my job to sit there and tell you need to eat this and that and this amount and that amount. That's your health. And I don't want to be responsible for that. Do I want to counsel your psyche? Yes. Do I want to sit there and let you talk and explain to me how weight is hindering you and how you feel when you eat? Yeah, because I get that. But to sit there for me to tell you to eat this, yeah, no, I'm not doing it. Categorize them based on whether they help reach your goals or not, or they're talking you into something. I hope I never do that. And if I do, please call me out. Say, D, really? Yes, I do unboxings of things. Yes, I do. In fact, I just signed up to do the next FabFitFun box. Do I expect you to go run out and buy it? No. But if you sit there and we're thinking, I've seen FabFitFun and I think it's interesting. Oh, Denise has one. Let me see what she's got. Oh, that would make a nice gift for so-and-so. That is why I do it. I don't do it to sit there and say to you, hey, this is the next best thing. You need to go out and get it. And I don't like people that do that because it's a lot of responsibility being here. And I don't take any of that lightly. It's very overwhelming to sit behind this desk and talk because people listen, people absorb, and you have to be very cognizant of that. That's why when I was taking this class, I realized I don't want to tell people what to eat. I don't want to be responsible for that. But that's me. You know what? Everybody's different. Who you connect with and more. The Instagram influencer who shares real life ups and downs of weight loss. The coworker who gets you to walk during lunch. Yeah. The good, the bad, the ugly, and weight loss. I hate watching people on a weight loss journey who really don't need to lose weight, but in their mind think that they do. I can't watch that person. I don't understand that person because I'm out to be healthy. I'm not out to be this big. And I don't relate to that. So I can't watch that. And I feel like sometimes it makes me feel bad because I choose to be a size 10. Oh my gosh, really? Because my size 4s are tight. I just don't get that person. So I choose not to watch videos about stuff like that. Could you interact with less? The friend who constantly talks about trendy crash diets. Oh, those people. The podcaster who stresses about your health or the lack of their waist size. I can't relate to that. And I think I love the very heavy person because that's the person I was. And that's the person I am not right now, but can very tendency easily go back. And how do I sit here and stay on this platform and not still be that person? I can't sit there and say, I can't. Talk, people. Recalibrate. Can someone in your more list replace the time on your less list, or can you find someone new to swap in? Invite your coworker to try to work out instead of diet obsessed friend. Listen to a new podcast. Recommend your favorite Instagram influencer. I mean, if you're following somebody with 1 million followers, they're only doing it to get 1 million more followers. I always love the smaller channels because they're the ones that are out there just, doing their thing. And sometimes you can always tell in the personality. You definitely can read them. Plan exactly what you'll do and when and where and how you'll make it happen. Let's dive a little deeper. It's easy to get a routine of hanging out with some people, streaming the same podcast, TV shows, and scrolling the same TikTok or Instagram accounts without thinking too much about their impact. But we're like sponges. We soak up others' words, ideas, pictures, messages, tones, and more. And all that can influence how we feel, think, and eventually what we do. When we see somebody going, this made me lose X amount of pounds, and it was so easy, and you need to do it too, and it was so good. We all know how good these things are. Like the greens. I'll sit there and tell you, they're not tasty. They're not. Do I feel I need them? Yes. Do I chug them? Yes. I don't ever tell you they're so delicious, because I've never met a green that's delicious. It's swamp water. And as it should be, it's greens. I don't know how you can make greens taste other than greens. I mean, there are some that are less swampy than others, but there's nothing enjoyable about one I've ever had. Like, oh, I so want to drink that green. I don't. I just drink it because of the benefits of it. And yes, I have to chug it because that's how I get it down. Taking a step back to notice who makes it easier to do things that supports your goals and who makes it harder allows you to see and make the changes that could help you be more successful. We're not saying you should cut out loved ones out of your life, but prioritizing time and attention to those who help you stay on your track. The friend who loves to try healthy recipe restaurants versus the one who always nixes your lower point app suggestions. These are the people you want to ride shotgun in your journey. And I will tell you, you get all those people in your weight loss meeting. And that's the sad reality of the fact that we don't have meetings anymore, because those are the people that you find there. Those are your go-to people. And that's why we have our live, because I am hoping to get that atmosphere at my live stream. And if you don't know that, I go live Sunday night, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday here on the channel. It's kind of a meeting. People share, people get it. People in your work might not. The girl who does the crash diets probably never had a weight loss problem in her life, so has no idea the struggle that you go through every day. And when you sit there and say no to something, they're like, oh, come on. You can have it this once. They don't know that that little thing means a lot. 3 fast facts. When it comes to our weight and wellness journey, the people around us matter. Stick to people that are realistic, that align with the values that you align with, that you get their journey. And you may love somebody's personality, but you just can't watch them because it's like, oh my gosh, she's obsessed. And you can't get involved in that aura, in that circle, because it's like you can't get sucked in, because it's hard enough doing what you do, but to watch that, you're just like, seriously? This is true for people who interact with both directly and indirectly. Noticing how people impact your journey can help us prioritize time with those to support our goals. Make the time to come to the lives. I try to go live in my group, which is listed down below, Dish with D's Crew, as much as I can, and just do a talk like this, because I know how important it is for people to connect with people and bringing them together and interact with each other. Half the time they're talking amongst each other, and I just sit back and I let it happen, because that's the beauty of it. And that's what you want. You want them to interact with each other. They're a very cohesive group, and it's so beautiful to watch. All right, now onto the weight loss questions from the Facebook group. How to conquer sugar cravings. Actually, I didn't go to the first one. Let me go. There was 4 more above that. I'll go back to that one. How to get back on track after being sick and losing my throwing up. Bland. Start bland, because you don't want to eat. I say start bland. Start with just basic toast, rice, applesauce, the brat diet, chicken, plain chicken. Just start basic and keep it low. I mean, don't forget to weigh and measure. I've been on the mindset, oh, I'm sick. Well, I probably lost like 2 pounds this week, so I could have a little bit more. No, you just ease back into it. Don't give anything too rough on your stomach, like vegetables, like roughage. Keep it easily digestible. Oatmeal, rice, chicken. That's what I would do. Some toast, maybe some sugar-free jam on top. Even avocados, I think, pretty mild on your tummy. I would just keep it basic. And you could, like I said, see how you go. See how the next day is. I wouldn't add salad quite back, because I feel like salad is such a rough thing. Roughage is so rough on your stomach. Nuts are rough on your stomach. Anything that helps you is rough on your stomach. So like I said, keep it basic. Unsweetened applesauce, some chicken, potatoes are always good, oatmeal, just keep it basic. I work out and do my best eating and been up and down and eat only to lose 5 more pounds. What can I do to jumpstart my metabolism? Well, I will tell you, which is never a thing you want to hear. The last 5 pounds are the hardest. What I would suggest is what we say all the time: change the way you work out. Do different activities. Like if you're always like doing weights or cardio, do something different. Do some Zumba if you've never done that. Or if you're not walking, add a walk in there. Change your routine. Change the food you eat. Like, I'm a creature of habit. We know that. I love my oatmeal on Mondays. I love my, change it up. Like, don't have the oatmeal this week. Maybe have more, have a pancake. Have some, stuffed French toast. Do something different for breakfast. Do something different for lunch. Make a wrap. Have a big ass salad. Change the dinner up. Increase your water. Do the green tea flush on the day before weigh-in. Keep the water flowing. This heat is making us hold on to fluid. But when you flush it out, it's going to come out. What goes in must come out. So definitely increase that water, and you will hopefully see a little bit of a loss. Metabolism is very funny. You could even add food, maybe eat smaller meals and throw a snack in there. If you're eating 3 big meals, eat 3 smaller meals and put 2 more snacks in there. So your metabolism is always burning something. You could have veggies and dip. You could have a rice cake. Cottage cheese is always my favorite. And, or a yogurt, what is it? The Too Good, the low sugar. There's several yogurts that are 1 point out there right now. And to have that in the middle of the day, it's 1 point. It's 70 calories. Something wrong with that. I feel like we think too much. We can't. Don't get stuck in that box of I can't eat that. I can't only eat this, because you want to be able to maintain your weight. Losing weight is one thing. Maintaining it is something else. So we have to be able to realize that we have to eat several times a day. It's just the right choices. This may be just me. Call me crazy. I will find recipes, make them, love them. Somehow I forget about it. I make folders in my phone, but it gets so overwhelming. How do you organize your favorite recipes for the family? I print them, and I put them on a clip, and I stick them on my refrigerator. I do. All my things that I've always loved are printed. It's one thing. It's, we live in a digital age where we could save things. We could put them in a folder. We could put them on Pinterest. We could have them somewhere. But the best thing is to see them. And the only way to see them is to print them. So I say print them. I have a magnetic clip on my refrigerator, and that's where they hang. Or you can make a binder of favorite recipes and put them in there, and then have that out on the counter so you see it and you want to go to it. Or ask somebody what they feel like for dinner. Maybe they'll suggest one of those recipes. It shouldn't always be up to us to decide what to eat. Sometimes I'll be like, if I don't know, if I have a brain fart of what to make, or I'll ask one of the boys, I'll ask Steve, what do you feel like for dinner? What do you feel, and then they'll say, oh, I didn't think about that. Because sometimes we need, we do it every day, day in and day out. Maybe we need a little help from the rest of the people we're cooking for. So I would say ask them as well. Do you have any tips for trying to eat lower carb while following Weight Watchers or healthy? Depends on how low carb you want to go. I would suggest not going too low. I would say stick to carbs around 100 to 110, because it's a realistic count. To go 75, to go 60, to go 50 is doable temporarily, but can you do that? My oatmeal and my overnight oats, my oatmeal winds up being close to 45 grams of carbs. Between the yogurt, the oatmeal, whatever I put in there. I think I did the count one day. I'm like, that's a lot. But that's what I like, and I'm going to eat that. I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, I'm never going to eat that, because I love it. So I don't have it as often, but I definitely have it once a week. So I would sit there and say, especially if you're unhealthy, you have a carb counter on there. So you know what you're having. So make sure you track everything, get that number, and stick to it. Keep it a realistic number. We all know low carb seems to be flying around the community right now. But always remember, this is huge. It should be on a mug. What you do to lose the weight, you have to be able to do to maintain it. So if you're living on 75 carbs and less, you're going to have to live on those so you maintain that weight that you lose. And you will drop weight like crazy if your carbs are under 75. You'll drop it even more if they're under 50. Carbs are notorious for that. And the older we get, the harder our body digests them. But remember, carbs get a bad rap. Carbs give us energy. Carbs are not our enemy. We just have to technically a person who's not on on a healthy journey a person that works out, they have over 200 carbs. There are people that actually they carb load. So having 100 to 110 is technically low, but there's people that are actually on what I call low carb. Anything under that is low carb. And in my opinion, it's just me. I'm who I am. I don't think it's a sustainable lifestyle. I think you can do it. I've done it. I've had weeks where I'm like, I didn't have any carbs this week. And I would go over my thing. I'm like, I really didn't. And dang, that scale didn't go down. It did go down. I mean, it's like, what? Yes, it is known. It is a known fact that low carb, you will lose. You will. It's just maintainable. And I know some people who do low carb, really low carb, have to increase their fats. That's what it's a trade-off. You either have carbs or you have fats. That's the choice. And I'm concerned that you're giving up this and watch your blood work. Like triglycerides will go up, cholesterol can go up. It can. I'm not saying it will, but there's that possibility. So you have to always keep that in the back of your head. I'm more of just a level person eating. It's all on the plate. It just all has to be normal. I don't want to be low anything. I want to be, like I said, do I want no fat? Do I want high fat? No, I want low fat. I don't want fat free. It's fat free fat. I want to be in the middle. I want to be Switzerland. And that's what I kind of want to suggest to you. Be Switzerland. Be in the middle of everything. And that's just the easiest way to be. How to conquer sugar cravings. Well, I do the sugar substitutes. I do the Lakanto. I do the monk fruit. I do Truvia. I find being on those, I don't crave it as much, but I still do because my mind wants to eat cake. So what I always say is give yourself 3 days. We live in a world of 7-day weeks. 3 of those, which is not the majority, or maybe even you can even do 2. If 3 is what you can do, 2 or 3, we'll say, should be fit into a treat. There's nothing wrong with treats. We get, we're on this journey like, oh my God, sugar is bad. Desserts are bad. We can't have treats. You can. If you have the points and calories, you definitely can have that. Fit it in. Put it on the tracker first. Whoopie pies. What are my whoopie pies? 4 or 5 points? My little loaf pans, 2, 3, 4 points. You don't even have to have a whole one. You can make a cake. I made a Queen Esther's Jewish apple cake. I think it's 5 points for the whole of, I'm guessing though. I don't know if we'll say. So you have half of that. That's a nice little serving of cake. And if you have something, you crave it less. We crave things we deny ourselves because we think we shouldn't have it. We're on a lifestyle journey. We're not on a diet. People on diets don't eat things because they can't. But if you get it, I don't think I have one of these. Bags of crackers, bags of chips. They're pre-portioned. I have several during the week. So when I see chips, I don't go crazy because I have them. I have them. And they don't own me anymore. I control them. They don't control me because I allow them into my life. Controlled discipline. When you deny yourself something, you want it more. It's simple. And is that hard to do? In the beginning, it might be. It might be helpful to ask maybe one of the members of family to help you out. Or when you say it out loud, I have a problem. Sometimes it helps you because you're admitting you have a problem. When we live in our own head, but when we sit there and express it, it is very helpful. Have you ever tweaked the program? Of course I have. You know I was going to say that. Yes, you have to tweak it to a degree. You don't want to tweak it to it's totally different, but you tweak it to the thing because we all like different things. Not everybody likes dessert. There's some people that they got to have cheese. I don't really love cheese. Cheese is okay. I can do without cheese. Cheese is not my thing. Cake, cookies are my thing. So I have to put them in there and I have to find a way to make them lighter. So that's where my thing is. It's finding what you want, what you like, and how you fit that in. Everybody's different. Everybody likes different things. There are people there's carnivores out there. There's people who absolutely love fish. It's just, there's people out there never eating beef because they're choosing not to. I tend to say, yes, we shouldn't have beef as often, but we should definitely have beef. I mean, I just had a steak. I had a steak this week and I lost, how much did I lose? I even forgot, 0.4. I had a big, beautiful steak. I adjusted my day to have that steak. And the challenge and the Weight Watchers community in the group that I'm in was 0-point lunches for 5 days. So that day I had a 0-point lunch. So that afforded me the points to have that 10-point steak. was a 10-point steak. So yeah, it kind of worked that day. Did I not eat? No, I had a beautiful plate of food. It was all 0 points. I had an egg, I had vegetables, I had dip, I had salad. I had a lot of stuff on there. I mean, just because it's 0 points doesn't mean it's 0 calories. Like, I think we sit there and we think, oh my gosh, this is a horrible challenge. But those foods have calories. They're not like, you're not telling you to drink water all day and not eat. You're just eating 0 point foods. There's a disconnect with 0 point foods, and I blame Weight Watchers for that disconnect because it's not been really projected for us, in my opinion. So yeah, I take the program. But you have to remember, can't tweak it too much where it's unrecognizable, then you're not really following the program, and the program will not work unless you're doing some of the steps that they provide. So it's just, it's simple tweaks to personality. How do you not eat while making dinner? Oh, I do eat while I make dinner, of course. But I try to snack on veggies. Yep, get your dip and your vegetables out. I love making my own ranch. I'll have my cucumber, my bell pepper, my radish, my hearts of palm now. I am obsessed about. I don't know why. Whole hearts of palm, I know. So I chew on that. Or sometimes I'm just so busy. If I'm multitasking, I don't have time. Like if I'm just getting that dinner on the table and I'm in the middle of doing something else, there's really not time to eat. Or make sure, a lot of times too, I have my snack right before I make dinner. Like if, say, 3:30 is when I usually have my rice cake and my nut butter. Or I have my cottage cheese on my rice cake. So I'm not starving. Now, are you starving when you're making dinner because you haven't eaten all afternoon? You're going to pick. Why? Because you're hungry. People who pick are people who are hungry. And if you're not eating enough, like I'm trying to lose, I'm not going to eat. There's nothing wrong with a snack. There's nothing wrong with eating. Like sometimes I feel like people out there are telling you not to eat. That's not normal. That's not lifestyle. There's nothing wrong with a snack. So I think maybe you need to fit a snack in there before you cook dinner and see how that works. Snack could be anything. It could be, like I said, veggies and dip. It could be a rice cake. It's a rice cake. It's 1 point or 2 points. It's not going to make or break you. Sometimes my snack are 4 points. But if you have a 0 point lunch, you could have a 4 or 5 point snack. It all balances. Do you understand? It's all about balance. It's all about how do I balance this big trays of stuff and not tip over and not go like this. It's all about. And like I said, I feel like that 0 point lunch challenge was a good challenge. It was interesting because it afforded me the luxury to have a pointed snack and not feel bad about it because I had the points. Oh, that's the last one. Wow. Well, thank you for all your fabulous questions. You guys always come through. Like I said, if you have not joined our Facebook group, Dish with D's Crew, it is linked in the description box below. Come join us over there on Facebook. And if you sat through this whole thing, give me a thumbs up and let me know you made it to the end. I didn't think it was going to be this long, but it was a good topic. Weight Watchers always, I've done this topic many times. It's always the influencers. I love how they use the word influencer because they influence. And you have to be careful. Not everything's the next best thing. And unless you're really thinking about it, or it might sound good in theory because, just be careful. That's all. Ask questions. Always ask questions. Don't feel you need to be just driven into that. Ask questions. You're within your right to ask a question. So that is it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Have you hit that subscribe button? Join us here at Dish with D for realistic weight loss support. I tell it like it is. I give it like it is. It's a journey here. And sometimes we have good weeks. Sometimes we have bad weeks. Weight loss is not easy. It's not. And I don't ever want to project that it is because it's not. It's one of the hardest things I've ever done. And when people tell me they're on a journey, it's like, I congratulate you for making yourself a priority because that is the way you do it. When you make yourself important, good things happen. And like I said, it's a struggle every day. It is. And sometimes it's a struggle every meal because we always want that. We always want to be back where we were, but we were so unhappy when we were there. So we want to make it as realistic as we can. How could I eat and still feel like I'm living my best life? Because nobody wants to be on a diet. Nobody wants to feel deprived. Everyone wants to enjoy their food. And I always say it, enjoy your food. There's a girl on Instagram I watch. I don't even know her name, but she always shows her food and she says, love your life. And I love that because you need to love your food too. Don't eat something because it's low in point. Eat it because you want to eat it. That is what will propel you to continue. If you're eating food you don't like, you're just spinning your wheels. You're going to come crashing, stopping, and it's just not going to be good. So yeah, it might take you a little bit longer, but you're like, how you tweak the program. You tweak it to where you do it on your terms, and it's going to take a little bit longer, but you got there. And you got there eating the foods that you like. Can't get any better than that. It's a lifestyle, my lovelies. So I will dish with you another day. Have a great day, and let me know in the comments how you did this week. I forgot to tell you that. Let me know how your week went. What went right? What went wrong? How you did? Was it a good week? Was it a bad week? What did you think of the 0 Point Food Challenge, lunch challenge? I thought it was great. I did. I really enjoyed it, and it definitely helped me out several days this week. Even in the dinner at Timmy's, I didn't know what we were going to eat, so I had to go in there with a lot of points, and a 0 Point lunch afforded me that luxury. It made sense. So I will bring you the next Weight Watchers Summer Reset Challenge on Monday. So I have no idea I never know till Monday, so I'm curious to what they're going to do to us this week. I enjoyed this one. I will tell you I did. So I will dish with you later, Gators. Have a great day and a great rest of your weekend.